What if I told you there's a little known credit union out there that most entrepreneurs have never heard of, but they got a potential pathway to nationwide membership, ridiculously high yielding checking accounts, and the kind of funding that'll give a giant like Navy Federal a serious run for its money?
Okay, money magnets. And what if I told you this isn't some fintech app, but a solid, well-established credit union?
Right.
Okay, for years, we've all heard that Navy Federal is the gold standard.
Right.
If you can get in, but everyone can't get in, Marvin.
Exactly.
Okay? But what about the rest of us, okay? What about all the business owners out there who don't have military ties?
That's the billion-dollar question, and today we're answering it. We're putting a Colorado-based credit union, Bellco, head-to-head with the giant like Navy Federal. We're going to expose the hidden secrets, break down the products, and by the end of this video, you'll see why for a lot of entrepreneurs, Bellco can be a hidden gem they've been looking for.
Okay, Marvin, what we're saying is forget about everything you think you know about local credit unions, because this is bigger than just a hometown bank, okay?
Right.
We're talking about potential strategies for entrepreneurs all over the country, money magnets, to get access to capital. Look, Navy Federal is a fortress. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
We get it. But for most people, the gates are closed. Bellco, though, might have a side door nobody's talking about.
Look, and the side door could lead you to some of the most powerful banking products on the market. Look, we're going to go 5 rounds in the financial showdown, okay? We're talking about accessibility, checking accounts, business lending, owner lending, and member perks. So you're going to have to take some notes, guys. Make sure you keep up with this. This is a deep dive you won't find anywhere else. So Gloria, let's get to it. All right, round 1, the front door. How do you even get in? This is where the battle line is drawn, right? For most entrepreneurs, this is where the fight with Navy Federal is over before it even starts.
Okay, Navy Federal is a titan, Marvin. They're known for amazing service and really good products, okay? But there's a catch. That strict membership requirement, you have to be connected to the armed forces or the DOD or be a direct family member just to get in, Marvin.
Look, and let's be clear. If you're a veteran, active duty, or a DOD civilian or family, Navy Federal is a phenomenal choice. I mean, hands down. You know, and we salute you and thank you for your service always, those of you in the military. But for the mass majority of entrepreneurs, that's a brick wall. You could have $1 million business and perfect credit, but if you don't have a military connection, the conversation is over. You're locked out.
Okay, now Marvin, let's pivot to Bellco, okay? On the surface, it looks like just a regional credit union for folks in Colorado, which that's not true. So you're probably thinking, great, another bank I can't join. But hold up, money magnets. This is the secret handshake. Bellco has a potential pathway to membership that could be open to people outside of Colorado. You have to do your own research on this though. But according to their website, you can become eligible for membership by joining their nonprofit partner, the Bellco Foundation.
All right, let's break down what that means. By making a contribution to their foundation, their website suggests it's an open door for eligibility, okay? Anybody can join across the country. We've seen older reports mentioning a specific donation amounts, but the pathway they point to is the Bellco Foundation. Now, you need to call to confirm this yourself because it works. I mean, it's a total game changer. It takes Bellco from a Colorado credit union to a nationwide banking option for any entrepreneur or anybody doing personal banking.
Okay, Marvin, so we get that. Now, let's recap, okay? So round 1, with Navy Federal, you have a rigid closed door for most U.S. entrepreneurs, but Bellco, you have a potential pathway to get in from anywhere in the country. No questions asked, Marvin. I like that.
And look, for accessibility, especially for the non-military entrepreneur, Bellco takes this round, okay? To me, they win round 1. It's a knockout. It's the difference between a closed door and a door you might be able to open.
Okay, so you're in the door, Marvin. Now, where does your business park its money? Where do you bank at, okay? Round 2, it's all about the most fundamental tools for any entrepreneur, the business checking account.
Yeah.
This is the hub of your whole company money magnets. Let's dive deep into this, okay?
All right, so let's start with Navy Federal.
Okay.
They got a solid lineup of business checking accounts.
Okay.
Their basic account is pretty good. No monthly fee.
Okay.
Unlimited electronic transactions. That's great for modern digital business.
Okay, but where it falls short is the interest you earn, Marvin.
Yeah.
It's practically nothing.
Right.
To get a decent return, you gotta upgrade to a premium account.
Yeah.
And even then, Marvin, the rates we've seen are in the ballpark of 0.35% all the way to 0.45%. And to get that, you usually have to keep a high balance in your account,
right,
like $5,000 or more, just to avoid a monthly fee. That's crazy.
Yeah. So with Navy, you're either getting a free account that earns 0, or you're tying up a lot of cash just to earn a yield. Let's be honest, it's not going to move the needle for your business. Less than 0.5%. That's really not exciting. You're going to burn the gas for the interest you're going to get.
Now, Marvin, let's pivot to Bellco and what they have, okay? And this is where they don't just complete. They completely change the game, money magnets. This is a cash flow changer, okay?
Right.
Bellco offers a personal checking account called the Boost Interest Checking Account.
Get ready for this. As of late 2025, and remember to always check the latest rates.
Yes.
Their Boost Interest Checking Account is offering a massive 4.5 APY on balances up to $25,000. Let me repeat that, guys. 4.50%. That is not a typo, and it has no monthly fees and no minimum balance.
Okay there. Okay, I know, Marvin. Y'all thinking there has to be a catch, right?
Right.
There is, but it's a catch that most of us are already doing anyway. To get that crazy rate, you just have to do a few things each month. Now, let's talk about it. Make about 15 debit card purchases, which is nothing.
Right.
Have a direct deposit or ACH, and log into your banking account. For any active person, that's incredible easy to do, money magnets.
So let's put this in perspective. Say you're a business owner and you have about $25,000 in cash in a top tier Navy Federal business account.
Right.
You might earn around $112 a year. It's something. But in your Bellco personal Boost Interest checking, that same $25,000 could be 4.5 API, which will earn you $1,125. That's about $1,000 more every single year.
Okay, that extra $1,000 could be your web hosting for the year. It could be a new laptop.
Right.
It can be real money that Bellco is putting back in your pocket, while the big banks, even great ones like Navy Federal, are keeping it all to themselves.
And for an entrepreneur, every dollar counts. The difference here is just staggering. In the battle of where an entrepreneur should park their cash, Bellco's high yield personal checking absolutely crushes Navy Federal's business offering. This is just a win, guys. It's a knockout again, round 2.
Okay, you got your account. Your money is working for you, which I like that. Money magnet, I love when my money is working for me.
Right.
But now it's time to grow. Round 3, fuel and grow, okay? Growth is very important. We're talking about the lifeblood of scaling your business.
Yeah, and this is where it gets interesting. Navy Federal, being a giant that it is, has a full menu of business lending products. They got term loans, commercial real estate, lines of credit on paper. It looks great.
Okay, but when you dig in, you can also run into some hurdles, Marvin. So let's be clear, okay? First, seasoning requirements. We've seen that for some products, your business might need to be established for 2 to 3 years before you even apply. For a startup, that's a long time to wait. Am I right, Marvin?
Yeah, then you also might see revenue minimums. For certain loans, there could be an expectation of at least $100,000 in annual revenue. And their lines of credit can have specific collateral requirements. We've even seen reports in the past of their unsecured lines having fixed rates that can be pretty high. You know, I've heard some people mention around 17.9 APR. Again, guys, remember, rates change. Don't quote us. Look and do your own research, but make sure that you can be cautious.
Okay, so Navy Federal has the money to lend, right?
Yeah.
They seem to be looking for more established businesses and also more proven businesses.
Right.
They want stability, which isn't always realistic for an entrepreneur who needs capital now to jump into an opportunity.
Now, let's look at Bellco. They offer a range of business services also, but their unsecured business line of credit is a standout. Bellco's official site states that the flexible line of credit goes up to $49,999.
I like it.
That's a lot.
And the features are so entrepreneur friendly, Money Magnets. I love this. They talk about a streamlined application process, which I love that. They offer interest only payments, which gives you time to help scale your business. That's huge for managing cash flow. You only pay for what you use. And you can keep your monthly payments low. That's very important. It can also be linked to your business checking account for overdraft protection. Right there, cash flow changer for me.
Yeah, think about that. An unsecured line of credit for nearly $50,000 is a powerful tool. It means you can order inventory, cover payroll while you wait for a client to pay, or you can launch a marketing campaign without having to go back to the bank every single time you need some money.
Okay, Marvin. Bellco really positions itself as a partner for small businesses, which is really important. While they may not have a microloan product, their whole vibe is about serving the little guys and helping them grow. It's a different feel, Money Magnets, and that's what it's about.
So let's compare the philosophies. Navy Federal seems to be a lender for established and the secure, you have to fit in their box. Bellco, with its flexible unsecured line of credit, seems more geared towards enabling growth. They feel more like a partner for the early stages of a business owner.
Most definitely. And for entrepreneurs who need flexibility, fast cash without all the hoops, Bellco approach is way more appealing. In the critical round of business lending, right now they're tightening up. Bellco takes the win for being business focused for entrepreneurs, Marvin.
Especially in the early rounds. We're just getting ready for the good stuff. Look, share this video with somebody you know that might need it as well. If you're an entrepreneur, as this is hitting home, do us a quick favor and smash the like button right now. It tells the algorithm that this is valuable and it helps other business owners to find this content.
Most definitely. And if you want more insider tips on business credit, funding, and mastering your finances, you have to click the subscribe button, Money Magnets, and turn your notifications on. We drop a video like this all the time, and you don't want to miss what's next. All right, back to the battle, Money Magnets, okay? Round 4 is for people that forget about business funding, okay? Let's be real. Very few businesses get a business loan on day one of starting a business, okay? Most of us start by bootstrapping or using our own personal credit to get things off the ground.
That's right. Most of the businesses we talk to every day on our free business strategy calls, they're all looking to start with their personal credit. So to the quality of the personal banking products is critically important for an entrepreneur. So we're talking about personal loans and credit cards, and that you can use as seed money to get your dream started.
Okay, you're right, Marvin. But we all know Navy Federal has fantastic personal products.
They do.
Okay, but we're back to the same problem. You can't use them if you can't join them.
That's real.
So for the average entrepreneur, they're off the table.
Yeah, and this is where Bellco shines again, because you could potentially get in the door. You know what I'm saying? Then you can unlock the powerful personal funding tools. Bellco also offers personal loans that can be a fantastic source of startup capital. We've seen them advertise personal loans up to $50,000, and that's a great way to start your business.
Okay, Marvin, we're talking about a $50,000 personal loan at a good interest rate. That can be the difference between starting your business this year or waiting another 5 years to start your business. For example, you might see interest rate at 10.99 APR, depending on your credit. Keep that in mind. You always have to check for the current rates, but that shows you the kind of reasonable financing that can be out there for you.
Yeah, and then you can get their personal credit cards. We teach this all the time when we're talking to people on our free business strategy calls. Look, you can start with a 0% intro APR. You know, you're talking about interest-free startup loans for your business. That's a classic funding play. You can make business purchases, then you could transfer the balance of a 0% APR card to get a free runway to pay it down. You mean you're talking 0% for 6 months, and they offer 1.99 for 12 months.
Oh my God, Marvin, that's cash flow changers. So when you combine these possibilities, a high limit personal loan,
right,
and a strategic credit card play, we've seen experts talk about strategies where top tier applications could potentially stack together, which could potentially be a significant amount of funding,
right,
just from Bellco's personal side.
Right. So if you combine the personal and the business, this is going to be crazy. The key here is synergy. Your personal banking relationship at a credit union like Bellco isn't separate from your business goals. It's a direct line to funding them. You can't do that with Navy Federal if you don't have a military connection. With this place, you just join. You don't have to worry about a family member or anything else.
Okay, Marvin, in the essential round of business funding, let's dive into it, okay? The winner is the one who actually lets you in the game. So that's important. Who's going to make that game? Who's going to let you in the game?
So I think Bellco has run 4 rounds of the 5 that we're talking about.
Once again, Bellco accessibility makes it the clear choice for the everyday entrepreneur who needs that first round of cash flow.
All right, guys, we've covered getting in, checking accounts, and funding.
Yes.
Now, the final round, the day-to-day experience. This is about ATMs, branch access, and the support systems that help you succeed. With Navy, sometimes that could be tough.
Okay, let's start with the ATMs, okay? This is one area where it's pretty close, okay? Bellco is part of the co-op network, which is really important, which gives you access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATM nationwide. That means you pay nothing, okay, to use the ATM machine. Navy Federal has its own massive surcharge-free network, so it has to be within the Navy Federal system, okay? For grabbing cash, it's pretty much a tie for me, okay? But you're good with either one. It doesn't matter when we're talking about getting money.
All right, branch access is a different story.
Okay.
Navy Federal has 350 branches worldwide. That's a huge plus if you need to go in person.
Bellco branches are mainly in Colorado, though.
Yeah.
So if you live in Denver, you're set. If you live in Dallas, you're not.
Right.
Okay. Or Atlanta. However, and this is important, money magnets, pay attention. Bellco is part of the co-op shared branching network. Okay. This means you can walk into thousands of other credit unions all over the country and handle your Bellco transaction. It gives them a much broader reach than you think.
So Navy has the edge when it comes to its own branches, but Bellco's shared branching makes it a totally viable option for out-of-state members. So you can go to some of those sister branches.
Okay, Marvin, but this round isn't about building. It's about support.
Right.
And this is where Bellco does something really special, okay? They teamed up with Green Path Financial Wellness to give members free one-on-one financial counseling. Right there could be a cash flow changer. As an entrepreneur trying to manage everything, having a certified expert you can talk to for free is an unbelievable resource.
Exactly. They also invest heavily in financial education.
Yes.
This shows a deep commitment to not just holding your money, but making you smarter with it. They also have business service specialists you can talk to about your goals. It's a step beyond a generic call center. It's about getting real guidance. And I even saw some attorneys, even for your personal or business use, they even have an attorney on their website.
Oh man, that's amazing. So when you look at the whole day-to-day experience, it's a split decision. Navy Federal has more of its own branches. Bellco offers a support ecosystem that seems tailor-made for an entrepreneur, nationwide ATM machines, share branching, and free access to financial counseling. That's a huge value added.
All right, so after 5 rounds, where do we stand? Let's break it down. Round 1, accessibility, Bellco wins. Round 2, the business checking account. Bellco's Boost Interest Checking. That's an insane APY, 4.5. I say they win by a knockout in round 2. Round 3, business lending. Bellco's flexible unsecured line of credit is more aligned with the growing entrepreneur. Round 4, new entrepreneur business funding. Again, Bellco gives you access to personal loans and cards you can actually use, and you can graduate to their business side where they offer business credit cards up to $25,000, Business lines of credit up to $50,000. To me, that's huge. Round 5, the day-to-day experience is kind of closed there, but Bellco's ecosystem of financial education and counseling is a huge asset, and they list lawyers and other professionals on their website to help you become smarter.
Okay, look, Money Magnets, Navy Federal is a phenomenal institution, so don't get us wrong.
Right.
We're not bashing them.
Right.
Okay? If you can get in, you should absolutely consider them.
Yeah.
They are A+ player, but the reality is most entrepreneurs can't.
That's right.
They are locked out.
And for too long, the conversation just stopped there. You know, what this shows is that there are incredible alternatives if you just know where to look. Bellco Credit Union, through a clever interest strategy, amazing products like their high yield checking accounts and their business focused support system, isn't just an alternative for the modern non-military entrepreneur. It's arguably a great fit, I think.
Most definitely. It's built for someone who is hungry for growth and want their bank to be a partner. Remember, we said the word partner, not just a vault, okay? It proves you don't have to be the biggest to be the best.
Yes.
You just have to know who you're serving.
So does Bellco Credit Union crush Navy Federal for entrepreneurs? Can y'all drop something in the comments and let us know? And if you're one of the millions of business owners on the outside looking in at Navy Federal, based on our analysis, the answer is a resounding yes. Everybody should take a look at Bellco.
Now, Money Magnets, if this has your wheels turning and you're ready to take the next step, you can reach out to Bellco Business Specialists to discuss how you need to get in and what your needs are. It's a great way to get some expert advice.
And remember, you can schedule some virtual appointments.
Yes.
And look, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you like and share this with somebody else. And remember, for the best results, you need a 700 credit score.
Yes.
Do not forget to remove your freezes or fraud alerts, because that could delay the process or cause a denial. And they pull Experian for all you guys that want to know the data points.
Okay, but hold up, because I have a gem.
What you got, Glenn?
Okay, Money Magnets, if you want to hear about another amazing credit union that has $50,000 limits, check out this next video.
I'm Mr. Smith.
And I'm Mrs. Smith.
And we're here to help empower your finances.